Hello aviators, my name is Dinwan Galwata and you're joining with the Aero Technicians YouTube channel. Are you familiar by the terms sustainability and zero emission? I bet you are, because it's a very big topic in the aviation world. In fact, major giants in aviation like Airbus, Boeing, GE and Rolls-Royce are working very hard to achieve net zero or zero emission by the year 2050. From hydrogen propulsion systems to major design changes, they are working day and night to achieve this goal for the betterment of you and me, which is very impressive. But unfortunately, less awareness is promoted in the aviation maintenance world on how they can contribute to sustainability. So I've decided to speak through this video on how maintenance engineers and technicians and also students can contribute to this growing topic, sustainability. So, without further ado, let's watch the intro and get right back at it. It's a automatically aviation suspect and the aircraft only. So, ये वीडियो का टोटल आगे का प्रश्न So I've divided this video into three main parts, starting with definitions, sustainability for maintenance technicians, engineers, and sustainability for students. Now let's look at the definitions. What is sustainability? What does it mean to us? Well, sustainability in most simplest terms means doing less or no harm to the environment. And if something is sustainable, it can go on for a long time. For example, if we take Earth, aviation itself accounts for 2.5% of carbon dioxide emissions. So if we go on like this, we are reducing the lifetime of the Earth. So achieving sustainability means doing whatever it takes to reduce these emissions in order to protect Earth from dying. So the next term is net zero, zero emission, which means we cut off any emissions that adds into the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, which can be carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, and methane in some cases. Number two, how aircraft maintenance can contribute to sustainability. Number one is reducing fuel consumption. How can you reduce fuel consumption? Let's start with an example. Let's just say it's a last minute job. You were required to remove a panel and do a visual inspection and then close back the panel. Let's just say you opened the panel, you did the maintenance task, and you closed the panel. But you forgot to secure one of the screws properly. Now, part of that screw is hanging out to the external. So this aircraft will now fly, and if nobody notices this in the destination, it will fly back. Just think of the amount of turbulence that you would create with that part of screw which is hanging out. So now this screw will create turbulence. Creating more turbulence calls for more fuel consumption. More the fuel consumption is, more the emissions of carbon dioxide. So now unconsciously you have contributed for more carbon dioxide emissions. Doesn't feel right, is it? So having a very good awareness around you and the maintenance tasks you do have a bigger impact on the sustainability of the earth. And another way we can reduce fuel consumption is you should make sure that your engines are well tuned, orientation or the adjustment of components, and also making sure that everything is well lubricated before the flight. And one last thing you can do is making sure that your tires are inflated within the limits of the manufacturers or the AP. Number two is waste management. In aviation or aircraft maintenance, we tend to use a lot of materials which are hazardous, such as lubricants, other chemicals, oil, fuel, you name it. So we need to have a proper waste management system in place to ensure that these hazardous materials are disposed safely. And let's get to basics, which is the 3 R's, which is reduce, reuse, and recycle. So two examples I could give you is like, let's just say you're being tasked to fabricate a piece and you have the engineering drawing, and you cut, let's just say it's an aluminum piece for this example. So you cut the aluminum piece, and then you have debris lying all over. So what we aircraft engineers or aircraft technicians tend to do is we collect them, dump it into a bin. Now, if your company or if your workplace doesn't have a good safety management, waste management system, you wouldn't know where to dump it. You might easily go and dump it into the first bin you'll find. But if there's a proper waste management system in your place, you should have designated areas to dump in these aluminum pieces or debris. So that is another indicator you have a good waste management system. And the last bit is try to repair whenever possible any deformities, and don't try to replace or order new ones. Let's look at this closely. So when you have something that you need to repair, let's get this pen as an example, and it is deformed in some way, and I can actually repair by using the spare parts I have, easily repairable. But what if I'm lazy and then I want to buy a new one? So now let's just say we ordered this new pen and it's good. We have a new pen and it's brand new. But do you know the story behind this pen? How did this pen got to you? This pen might have traveled, and the transportation, it should have been a delivery van or a truck. In a way, we are not actually contributing for sustainability. We're making it worse. So, and if we use the things we have and repair that part, remember the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. And if we can do that, all the raw materials we have, we fix the pen, we are reusing the pen, but the stuff that you might still have debris of some kind, and you actually recycle them. So this way you can contribute to sustainability by having a good waste management system. So number 3 is using eco-friendly materials. Have you ever checked what do we use to clean our aircraft parts or any other things? Why can't we replace these products with biodegradable cleaning agents? I mean, if you head down to Google, you can find numerous brands which actually produce biodegradable cleaning agents. So if we can replace our usual cleaning agents with biodegradable, we are helping to achieve sustainability. And the second bit is try to use recycled material whenever you perform a maintenance task. So this way, by using eco-friendly materials, we are actually contributing to the upcoming sustainability or net zero. So number 4 is optimizing maintenance schedule. This is a topic for the managers and also the planners. So if you can optimize the maintenance schedule, this can actually reduce the time that the aircraft sits on ground and number of flights needed, and also in turns it also reduces the carbon emission. So number 5 is noise reduction. We all know that aerospace engineers try to make the aircraft as silent as possible. This is due to the noise pollution. We as aircraft maintenance engineers and technicians can also contribute to noise reduction by regular maintenance tasks, finding the issue and addressing it. And noise pollution can cause by due to many reasons. For example, a faulty component in an engine or bad aerodynamics can also lead to a higher noise rate. So if we can troubleshoot, find the source of the noise and then rectify it, we are actually reducing the noise pollution. So number 6 is compliance with regulation. Compliance with regulation will help us immensely. If you do not comply with the regulations, the aircraft won't function efficiently. And when the aircraft won't function efficiently, it might lead into an incident or an accident. So this can have adverse consequences on the environment and also the people around us. This is very important. Compliance with regulations, maintain your aircraft in accordance with the AMM, stay up to date with the SDs, ADs. Let me expand that for you. SD is a SB is a service bulletin, and AD is an airworthiness directive. And also the regulations and publications that your civil civil aviation puts out. By saying this, and there can be some instances where the maintenance manual shows something but you can't actually do it, it's not physically possible to do it, so you could actually get this amended. You could talk to your managers and they'll talk to the um, maintenance publication people and they will do the change if it is a good change. So number 7 is extended lifespan of an aircraft. If we maintain the aircraft to the book by being safe, by complying to all regulations, as I said in point number 6, if you prolong the life of the aircraft, you need less aircraft produced. And where we have less aircraft produced, we can minimize the environmental impact and we can reduce the resource consumption. Just keep in mind, whatever you do as an aircraft maintenance technician or an engineer will have a direct impact on the environment. Last on under sustainability for maintenance personnel is promoting sustainability. In my point of view, sustainability should be a mandated subject or a training that all aircraft maintenance personnel should take, because it will give them awareness of the environment and they will have a clear idea that everything we do can have a direct impact on the environment. Some of the basic things that we can start from today are implementing energy efficient technologies. For example, use of LEDs when carrying out a maintenance task, which will reduce energy. The second one is optimizing water usage, which is self-explanatory, and then also reducing waste generation and also using renewable energy where feasible. All these things can actually help for saving our environment and reaching the goal we all have as engineers, sustainability. Part 2. How aircraft students can contribute to sustainability. Welcome to the second part of the video. Now I'm going to talk about aviation sustainability for students. How, as a student, you can contribute to the sustainability. So all the 8 points I've covered above for professionals, you can use it as an aircraft maintenance engineer student, aeronautical student, or simply a student who is at school who's planning to come into aviation. So you could start with raising awareness. If you have a environmental club in your university, join them. It will improve your knowledge in your village. If you have environmental clubs, join, and also join these webinars and also conferences where they speak about this topic in a broader level. So this will actually enhance your knowledge on the sustainability, which will give you a better skill set when you come on the job. And the next thing is 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. As students, if you can use a computer to write down notes, you could permanently replace your papers, books, pens. This reduction in resources will also help to build a sustainable world. So remember the 3 R's: reuse, reduce, and recycle. And the next thing is conserve energy. If you have your lights on when you leave the classroom, switch it off. And if you do not really you need to use the printer, don't use it because you'll waste paper. So these are very small stuff you could do. And also promote sustainable transportation. By this I mean, if you can carpool, do that. So there'll be less cars on the road, which will reduce the CO2 emission. And if you're at a walking distance, just walk, or a bicycle would do. So promoting sustainable transportation would also help. These are the points I wanted to discuss for the students, so you could actually start making an impact at an early stage. But I want to make a clear point. Every student is focusing on the fact, oh, we need to create an engine that gives out water vapor, or electrifying the engine, do a design change so we could improve sustainability. But let's step back and say, what supports the aircraft in order it to be airworthy? Well, air support systems. Air support systems can be from a DC GPU, which is a ground power unit, or an AC generator. These produce sound, these use fuel, these use non-recyclable material. Why don't you think of going down that route? Who are going to work on these ones? Why can't you use a project to work on the air support system to reduce noise? Everyone is looking at the bigger picture, how to improve the aircraft, but nobody is looking at the systems that support the aircraft. This is where I believe system thinking comes important to aviation as well, because a system is little subsystems working together in order for the main system to work. In this case, an aircraft would be the main system. And what are the subsystems that help? Aircraft got wings, components, landing gears, and we need everything in place to work. And also we need air support systems. So this is a new area that you could look into when you decide on your next project. For the students, I'll drop down few research topics that I believe will help aircraft maintenance students to work on. So this is what I wanted to bring to you today. And if you think I missed something, which I clearly did, because sustainability is a big, broad subject, so put them down in the comment section below so we can discuss on it in the comment area. And also share this video, promote sustainability. Use this video as the starting point to contribute or to make a sustainable culture in your MRO, in your maintenance facility. Try and incorporate these practices on your work daily, so you will contribute to sustainability, just like the engineers who design new systems in Airbus or Boeing or GE to achieve sustainability. So as always, thank you for watching. Like my video, subscribe to my channel, share this video, and I'll come with another video next week. Till then, keep fixing.